Globally, I mean, Upiti is doing some other things there.
I've noticed like the town was painted red. Russian mafias. I read this on the news, guys. I'm not linked to Mojalav or Sizoktola.
I don't have a best movie documentary.
Don't they have parents? The way by Tanga corner.
Hey. Otherwise, what's happening, my dog? How's your week been?
Hey, man, my week has been great. It's been a day. It's been a couple of hours into the week, but so far so good. I think I had a great weekend. Hence, my week is starting off on a high. You know?
Yeah.
I'm bro. And yourself?
Hey, bro. I'm good, bro. I can't complain. I think we've had a very interesting week in South Africa, politically, socially. And in so many ways, I think we're seeing so many things happening around us. Specifically, it's got to do with politics, ne?
Yeah, a lot is unfolding.
Yeah, a lot is unfolding.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting times that we're living.
For sure, but times are not only unfolding in South Africa.
It's global.
It's globally. I mean, Upiti is doing some other things there.
Umik, boy.
That whole story is actually interesting. I don't know if you guys have checked it out. But there's quite a lot coming out now about.
I think he's on trial right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Udidi, yeah, he must be on trial. I'm sure he is on trial, which is strange. But basically, he's got rape, assault charges, and minors. I mean, so rape and minors, and a whole lot of other things like people, their deals gone wrong, him saying something wrong, him robbing them of the wrong things, and then of course
not paying the right people.
Yeah.
About Mr. Jones.
Yeah. And then there's a clip of 50 Cent. Apparently 50 Cent has got the answer for everything, like AKA's tweets.
Yeah.
So there's an interview 50 did on the Breakfast Club, I think. And then he talks about, I saw that nigga. He said he wants to go shopping with me. I said, what?
That's why 50 decided to be a window shopper. He was like, I ain't going inside with Diddy. I'd rather look from the outside.
Yeah, and Diddy was like, I'll pay for it. He was like, this is some strange stuff. But yeah, bro, it really has been an interesting week. What's been happening your side? What have you been noticing?
I've noticed like the town was painted red this past weekend.
Yes, it was.
By town, I mean Gauteng, right? The most happening province in South Africa. It's the most happening province. You can't hate on that. It's the busiest.
Of course.
Money is here. Everything is here, chief. So more especially at Dobsonville in Soweto.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our red ends filling up Dobsonville this past weekend.
Okay, so these are the EFF red ends.
EFF red ends, yeah.
Interesting.
Man, I'm telling you, I saw a bus because I was in and around the Tembisa area on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? And I saw the bus there. It was filled up.
With people in
with
there.
Peeps, bro.
Babuya
Stadium, Babuya Dobsonville.
Yeah.
I think they hired over, I don't know, did they say 30 if I'm not mistaken? And they paid. The bill was around in the millions.
How? Who
like
paid
3
for
million or 12 million, somewhere.
Somebody paid for something.
EFF paid, Baba. They pay. They are not like the other party that doesn't pay for services.
For showing up.
For rendering services, they don't pay.
Sure.
These guys paid.
And so this is
300 buses, Zooms. 300 buses.
Was this an event you're saying at Dobsonville or something?
Yeah, it was their manifesto. So they had a manifesto like Gauteng.
Yeah.
I guess they had the manifesto launch.
Yes.
And then they had one like Gauteng.
Okay, so the one in Durban was for everybody.
Yeah.
And this one is now focusing regionally.
Gauteng, yeah.
I wonder why they chose Dobsonville.
I think they want to grow their following that side in Soweto.
Okay,
or maybe it's a stadium where they could get.
Sure, yeah.
I understand without politics. Without politics.
Too much politics.
Yeah.
So that's one of the conversations that's literally on the lips of South Africans. What's been happening at Dobsonville Stadium with the Red Ends?
With the Red Ends. And funny enough, now that I'm talking about the Tembisa thing, when I was heading out of Tembisa about to join the freeway, I was in this Hey, boy, the biggest roadblock
Kwenzakalani?
I've ever seen in my life.
You were telling me you were seeing drones?
There were drones. They stopped me. Next thing, I'm on the news. I'm like, hey, don't record me, please.
So they put you in the news?
Man, those guys are there. 2 cameras.
I want to check the news.
One has a microphone. He's making noise. You know those guys that are campaigning. I'm a van.
Yeah,
Come here and vote. Or
yeah.
That guy was saying, we are here in Tembisa. We are sweeping. I think they call it Operation Shanyela or something like that.
Okay.
And Zooms. There were immigration officers. There were traffic officers. There were guys checking like your engine number, making sure that all your VIN numbers are corresponding. There was everyone. There were drones. No, it was good. It was. But do you think there were criminals caught? I don't think so.
I don't think
so. They tipped them off already.
The criminals already know what's happening. But you're not living in this country. Now
that we talk about criminals, hey, I hope they don't come after me also. This is
allegedly.
No, I saw this. I read on the news. Russian mafias. I read this on the news, guys. I'm not linked to Mojalav or Sizoktola, but apparently, you know, Sizoktola has the new X, the X Loago X Repo. So I think it was his, I don't know how many episodes in, and they raided a drug den, Yama Russian. So now those Russians are after them. They are after the CEO of Mojalav, Obri. They are after Ukolani. And there's I think 500k bounty on them.
Aibo.
Dude.
How do you just put a bounty on someone also?
Hey man, you don't know. Hey, I'm not in that space, so I won't be able to answer that.
Good answer there.
Yeah.
That is insane news living in a country like that. So for trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy for me about this whole thing is that where's the government in helping him in all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
now they have to go in hiding.
Now they have to go to hiding.
For cleaning a country, for the government that is sitting there promising us things that will never happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bro, just be careful there. I can feel every button that you are pressing there. But that's so crazy that the government is not helping in any of this stuff, man. So yeah, that's the topic. What happened now is at Dobsonville Stadium.
Dobsonville Stadium.
I'm a red ants. Are we calling them red ants or is it... It's EFF.
Yeah, it's EFF. Let's not call them red ants. Okay. But they radical like the red ants. Red ants don't play, Baba.
They don't play. Right?
Red ants don't play. They mean business.
Yeah. I wonder what happened there. If anybody's got some news of what happened there completely, like the whole thing.
Shebe was performing there.
I believe he was. And he's going around slapping people, which is an interesting one.
Hey, this guy. He probably got a slapping tender.
But you make sure I'm fine.
Utlapa gonke boy.
But KZN uzobona.
RIP to the homie.
RIP.
They caught though. The suspects.
Yes, the AKA suspects.
Yeah.
But do you think those guys did it, or is this all part of a ploy? Was this all Senzo Mayiwa again?
No, I think these guys did it because they're even looking at bank statements now. You must follow the money. They are following the money, and the money will lead you to the right place. With the Senzo one, they are not following the money. They're following speculations and who they like and what.
Yeah.
This one is like bank account 1 got paid 800,000 this time after the hit happened. This one got 130,000 just after he left Wish at this time.
Why are there so much news though, even in Swaziland or Mozambique, Swaziland?
Mm-hmm.
Why is there so much also, like I've seen a bit of news of people talking about who the
same guys?
They're also speculating. They're saying there was a group of boys. They did, so they're also just talking fictionally. There's a group of boys in the area who do this.
It's like Benny.
But what does that mean?
In the 18 area.
I think this whole thing is gonna go to the same direction, and I'm not saying this with a happy face because we do need answers. But when the statement came out, it was a drive-by shooting, and this was done by the police.
It was meant to be a drive-by, that's why.
Yes. And it was the statement who was involved, the same guy that they temper so much from Durban, I think, if I can remember properly.
Yeah.
Isn't he the police commissioner was at Durban? And I think he's the one or somebody whoever's in charge of putting out statements from the police and declaring them, they did that. They signed that off. And the same Durban police is saying, oh no, we can help.
Shaky,
bro. But anyway, Kusitwala kwenzakalani ngayo?
Hey, because he's loved, man. Because he's loved. I think they saw her hugging someone from Big Brother house. Was it Liema or something?
Why the Big Brother Mzansi?
Big Brother Mzansi. Yeah, I saw that happening. Like it was also on Twitter in passing.
Yeah.
I saw them talking about Kosi hugging, and you know Kosi's minions are always like, yo, whatever Kosi does, she trends, right?
She definitely trends,
type of thing.
Yeah.
But followed by that, we have Mr. Ibu.
Mr. Ibu.
Mr. Ibu is a Nollywood superstar.
Okay.
Grand sharp.
Sure.
You understand? There was a movie by Mr. Ibu. Mr.
I think
Ibu
I think I know
1,
it,
2, and 3 with that young kid, Moa, who was the naughtiest kid in Africa at the time.
Oh, baby.
Yes.
The kid is short. He's not even a
Yes,
kid,
he's
actually.
sure. He's old. He's an old man. Yeah. I
think it's just short.
Yeah, he's got a tall shadow though.
Yeah,
He's
so what
short.
happened with Mr. Ibu?
He passed on this
Shut
past
condolences.
weekend, and man, like some women can be cruel at times because the stepdaughter actually took over his account like 24 hours after his passing.
Which account is this one?
The TikTok account.
Okay.
So it's 24 hours after passing. She took over the account. She renamed it to her own page. It's verified, I think, with over 1 million. Is it followers on TikTok?
Yeah, I think it's followers,
with over 1 million followers. She started removing some of Mr. Ibu's content.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the daughter took over and now it's got million followers,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And now she's advertising her own things.
Yeah, she's pushing her own things.
Mr. Igbo is Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
So sad.
Maybe
to
that's
see.
why they're going for South African hands, because they can't trust their own hands.
Maybe they can't trust their own hands for real. But condolences to Mr.
Condolences,
Igbo.
man. That was a proper legend. He was a super
I
legend.
think I remember the movies. They were always funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Mr.
comedy.
Wash and Way.
Mr. Washington. No, those are the part of the famous movies that he did.
It's part of the movie. So the kid was telling him, Leprugo is wash and wear. So you wash it and wear it while it's still wet. You don't have to wait for it to dry.
So it's wash and wear.
Wash and wear. And the
Oh, wash
and wear.
God, it sounds like Russian pay.
So what it means is that you don't have to iron it. So
Okay.
you can wash it, dry it up, and then rock it.
Oh, okay, dope.
But the kid was like, baba ngifuna ukumbonisa. I'm gonna show this old man.
All right.
Anyways,
so
RIP.
Yeah, RIP to Mr. Igbo. And then we've got something that came out by Car Mag or Car SA Mag. The best-selling automakers in South Africa in February.
Yeah.
So basically the most sold vehicles in South Africa. Can you guess who's number one?
Toyota.
Toyota's number
Definitely.
one.
Always been.
With 11,000 units.
Damn.
VW.
And that's nationwide, yeah?
It must be nationwide, yeah.
Damn, 11,000.
VW 5, Suzuki 5, Nissan, Ford, Hyundai, Suzu, GMW, Chery.
Where's Ferrari? Because I just bought a Ferrari.
If it's only one.
Oh, it's one. It won't show up.
It won't show up,
Okay.
yeah. But funny enough, we're seeing GWM. This is also part of the Abu Haval now.
Yes, it's the Chinese brand.
Yeah, and they definitely in the top 10 there. BMW
Damn.
Group is down there. Mercedes-Benz is way down there. So yeah, that's something that interesting that I thought I should share.
But I've been seeing a lot of those cars. What are they? Omoda.
Omoda,
I think
also part of-
GWM is the group. Omoda falls under
Yeah,
GWM.
it must be part of them too. Yeah, which is insane. And
Those
they
cars
do
are everywhere. Haval?
everywhere. Haval is part of GMW.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So they're on there too.
Cherries there. Wow.
Cherries there too.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Interesting, man.
And
So
then
which one did you get? You got a Purasangwe,
I put a song, but they still didn't put a chair. They couldn't say the name.
Yeah, you can't disclose such things.
No. And then we've got a type of best movie documentary.
It's coming out. And Ishaila Machita way Devil's Dorp. So
Devil's
it's going to
Dorp,
be
yes.
interesting. And it's the same guys that worked on the Rosemary hit list.
Hit case, yeah.
Yeah.
Devil's Top. So the idea candy.
I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for that.
I can.
Why?
Because this thing is still not solved. How do we have movies? South Africa loves movies for everything.
True. It's still not solved because even in prison, he's still running that prostitution ring or whatever it is.
Like South Africa just loves things that and to distract us and whatever is happening. Because
True.
I don't want this movie. They're gonna. In truth, what are they showing us in the movie that we don't know?
because we've covered most of the things.
If you really want to read
all
up about
news
the case,
we've been
yeah.
reading.
Unless if they have secret information, they would have to declare that to the court. I would think they can't just reveal new information on the show. It's gonna be really.
That's why I like. I know these guys. These guys deliver Zooms.
Sure, yeah.
These guys deliver. So let's see. It's gonna be interesting. They normally go back like how we grew up.
For sure.
Isn't Zinjalo? What messed him up?
I'm possibly not gonna watch this, but shout out Showmax is definitely gonna have this. And then we've got something which was taken out by Film Pella.
Yeah.
Film Pella, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're like the news guy, the credible news guy on Twitter at the moment.
He's bigger than News 24.
Bigger than News 24, more credible than News 24. And so he says legal action taken against La Parada, Tiger's Milk, and others over unpaid royalties. Apparently, what it's saying here is that Sampra has laid criminal charges with Woodstock Police Station against the restaurant group, life and brand portfolio for failure to pay the applicable license fee related to music that Sampra manages on behalf of its members. That's so crazy. So the group owns restaurants such as La Parada, Tiger's Mills, Harbour House, Grand Africa, Lucky Fish and Chips.
I didn't know that, Zoom. So when you own a restaurant chain or even a restaurant, you have to pay, what is it, Sampro?
You know how this is supposed to work is that anybody playing your music, they're supposed to pay you because you can't.
But what if I'm playing via Spotify?
Okay, sharp. Maybe you are playing via Spotify. I wonder how these guys were doing it, but they were probably getting DJs on there.
But
I don't know.
Isn't the DJ supposed to pay if the DJ is playing? Because I hired you to come play.
It says that the complaint states that the restaurants have been playing music belonging to recording artists and recording companies at their stores unlawfully. So maybe there is a law against.
There's something you have to do.
Stores, because you must remember stores are making money.
Yeah.
So I wonder what Studio 88 is doing. Studio 88 must be hiding far, far away. But yeah, I mean, in truth, Lebs, I think that's should be the thing. Like, unless you're playing it via
like streaming platforms, because they get what's this,
paid from the streaming
incentivized
platforms.
For that. Yeah.
But I think they bring DJs or they find ways to play their music to promote themselves too. Like they will say, we have an event with somebody, or we playing Maporisa's album the whole day. It's Maporisa Day. Or no, not Maporisa Day. It's, I don't know, whatever it is. It's like genre, whatever genre it is on that day.
Interesting.
Their artists. So yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one.
Okay. I have one also.
Yeah, talk to me.
It's more around the business world. There's a French company called Canal Plus that wants to buy MultiChoice.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so they've showed some interest.
Have they not bought them already?
No, not yet. So they've showed interest. They've approached MultiChoice. And I think with the deal that they came with, because Babalanding, like the closing share price in January, MultiChoice closing share price in January was like 75 Rand per share.
Is that good or bad?
So they wanted to go in with that deal, but MultiChoice was like, nah, I think
we're
worth
deal.
more. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now Canal, are you saying they've got a deadline to submit another?
They have a deadline to submit another one. I think it's somewhere in April. They're giving them 25 working business days to come up with another offer, to go recalibrate and think of an offer that would work for MultiChoice. I think it would be a great thing for MultiChoice because now they'll be able to play fresh stuff. We are tired.
We hope.
On tonight. Okay. Oh, let's see. Tonight on E. Fandom.
But in truth, I think this is a smart move. Purely because I want to say DSTV is losing in South Africa and possibly the rest of Africa a conception.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that the only reason why they exist is because of their sports.
True. And by opening this up, they'll be getting more content because we'll get access to like the French content. But I hate propaganda because now the French are going to start,
of course,
putting in their own messages into Mzansi, convincing us otherwise.
But is MultiChoice a purely South African company that relies purely on South African content? I think they source
it's
anyway.
African. It's
Okay,
I'll
now
say
that-
African
now-
content.
Oh yes, but
'Cause
now that
it's-
they're buying into it, yeah.
now, dude, because it's owned by Nespas.
Yes, yeah.
And the guys want to pull out of SA because there's other things that I think it's because of the government. They, by all means, they want to pull out of SA. So I think they're going to consider this deal. They're going to consider this deal.
Business is so ruthless. Imagine Bakjana you got 4 days before Uzong you offer 4 days. I got to know
But I hope-
with another because we got 4 days.
4 days.
Huh.
So manje kunenye share price 105 per share.
Okay.
That's a cash deal that they want to do. Let's see how that goes.
But obviously it's not to buy at the whole of MultiChoice, right?
But currently they own 35%.
Of MultiChoice.
Yeah.
Also the deal must be obviously for a bigger percentage.
Yes. They're pulling an Elon Musk move here.
Gonna be really interesting to see. I mean, MultiChoice is probably our powerhouse in
Yep,
terms of
in Africa,
in
yep,
Africa, yeah.
yep.
They've got so many shows, and it's gonna be an interesting one. But we do need fresh content in some way, one way or another.
But Zooms, they also need to empower local production houses, right? And
Sure,
local
yeah.
talent.
Sure, yeah.
They
I mean,
can't just come with all French content and put it here, or come with their French directors and what. No.
I think that happens either way, but what happens, just like Netflix, it happened where when they came to all these regions
Sure.
in Africa, they would hire people from that area to some extent.
empower,
and,
yeah.
and of course, they would also, we've seen a lot more South African movies coming out of Netflix now. So
Sure.
originally from South Africa, we see, can relate to it, you know what I mean? So I think, it will be something like that. I think the creators will obviously have their own voice if it's nothing like that. So that's an interesting one, what Canal Plus is actually doing. We've got a few price adjustments coming up. We've got the petrol price, I think, is going up by 129. That's unleaded. That's 93 and 95. And then diesel is also going up. So yeah, that's also an interesting one. And then another thing which I found before we jump onto the stats is that criminals are targeting banking apps in South Africa.
Yep.
And quite a lot. A friend of mine got cleaned out his account just last
I
year.
know like 3 people already.
Yeah.
My brother almost got scammed this past weekend. There's a guy that I spoke to like a couple of weeks ago. They cleaned out his account. And it's mostly F&B people.
It is F&B people.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was like, he even hid the app, so these guys know they go search it.
Yeah.
Because the first thing they'll do is look at your app, and then find where your banking is. So they literally search your apps now, even if you try and hide them. But this guy here is basically saying, when you come across the article here, this is on Business Tech SA, and this article is basically saying, when that happens to you, most customers want to block their phones, which is the reverse of what you should do.
Okay.
You should block your card first.
Before you block
Your phone, because
Okay.
that's probably the last thing they can even.
Because they even get access to your SMSs. They change
Yes.
they take over your cell phone number.
Your cell phone number, yeah.
And then all the USSDs,
Everything.
OTPs, they come to them.
Yeah, but these guys are saying block, call your emergency thing, block everything on there immediately. So that then they just have your phone now. Now you can then deal with other things. They can't get to your money. And this is obviously banking wise. I'm sure there's other risks for ways to mitigate this for other subjects. But I think for the banks, this is what they're suggesting, call them first.
Damn. Because I had the same issue because I have a F&B account as my secondary account, right?
Yeah. Don't tell us your other one. Eh?
I won't.
They might come after you.
I won't. I would never. I had it as a secondary one. I remember calling them saying, hey, there's an unauthorized debit order that went off. I don't know this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we've been having these issues. So I'm like, how are you solving it?
Yeah,
like,
you can't say you've been having these issues and nothing happened.
We trying to find out what's happening. And I was like, so I can't be main bank with you guys if you still can't sort out such issues.
And you don't get your money back. I think that's where the
bon.
problem comes in. The friend of mine didn't get his money back. Nothing happened. Literally, they've cleaned you out. I mean, the best they can do is the bank that will investigate this.
Anyways.
That is so crazy, bro.
Are we done with the news, my G? Should we get into what happened last week?
Yeah, let's get into what happened.
I played golf with you. I'm so happy, man. I think you should show them the video of my shot. That was a nice one, eh? For an amateur golf player, Zooms, like, where do you rate me?
Your golf skills, Mvana, they're good. For the first time, I'm not going to lie.
Siabonga.
Yeah, I think there was a white guy next to us. I think he wanted to say something, about your swing.
Yeah.
Because he saw me like teaching you like what I know about the swing. But you are hitting it well, bro. I think one thing I know for sure is that you listen very well. And you took the instructions very well.
So I don't lie on my CV. I do say I'm a great listener. I'm a hard worker.
Yeah, those things definitely came. But shout out, man. I mean, golf was amazing. We went out as the boys. I'll probably put some clips in here.
Yeah, so we're planning a boys golfing weekend.
And see exactly how that's going to be. But we need to get your handicaps up. And if you guys are just like us, I mean, we just is for fun. Come join us. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. All right. So what's happened last week in V2? We've got a lot that happened. Obviously, we talked about Dobsonville Stadium, Kositwala, Mr. Igbu.
Yeah.
But now we need to talk about the tweets that went out. And
sure.
Last week, I'm seeing that we've got 6.6 million tweets that went out. And then...
Is that good or bad? Did down, up, again?
It definitely went down from the week before.
Sure.
So we're seeing less tweets coming up. But then we're looking at the unique authors. We're seeing 126,000, which went up by 6% from the week before. So a lot more people are tweeting. I think more people are having an opinion.
Yeah. I've been seeing on Twitter people with this clickbaity stuff where they're like, oh, this. And then you click on it. And then in the comments, they tell you, oh, I just want impressions.
Yeah. Everything is clickbaity, my nigga. Everything is almost
I think, guys, when we see that, let's try report the tweet or something.
You can't. But that's not the point of Twitter. Twitter will probably laugh at you back because that's how it works.
But that's misinformation. That's misleading, bro.
It is misleading. You can always spam there. You can always put that.
I think let's flag it as spam. Yeah.
True, yeah.
Let's just flag it. Let's clean Twitter.
We can definitely clean Twitter.
The same way they were doing in Tembisa, cleaning Tembisa. I think we must have an Operation Tanyela as a Twitter.
Yeah, you must. Because what's happening now is that you're able to hide your badge. So now we don't know if you are verified. But we can see by your tweets that you are going crazy. But you saw that calls they probably will be coming to X.
No, they are there. I had to disable it so that people are not able to call me.
And people are saying, "Oh,
it's not like I'm that famous."
But no, a random person can call you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be an interesting one. Elon has been telling us that this is the everything app.
Yeah.
It's going to be the everything app.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're not believing him when he keeps saying this. And how he doesn't care. We saw last year during a conference where he says, if you guys think, I need you, blah, 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 it's not going to work. So whatever he talks about, the everything app, it's going to happen. That's crazy. So let's get into the sentiment.
Let's see the sentiment, my G. How's happening there?
Negative went down, which is amazing.
That's
by
good.
4%. And then we've got which basically stayed the same last week. So that's what's happening in the terms of the sentiment. But can you give us perhaps
the word cloud?
The word cloud,
yeah. So around the negative sentiment, there's a lot of breaking. So it's breaking news. There was a lot of heists actually that happened in the past couple of weeks. And this past weekend alone, I saw an article, who's this guy on Twitter, man? He has a show on is it ETV or something? He said there were over 11 or something vehicles, like Toyota vehicles that were hijacked just in the past weekend.
Yes,
like that. No, I think he said in the 30s.
Yes, that's so crazy. And that was the same. Now look at the numbers that were bought and then the numbers that are being stolen too. It was probably just a small region.
Yeah.
It wasn't just it wasn't the whole country.
And those are like the ones that are reported. Some are not reported.
Yeah, some are not even reported at all.
Guys, just be vigilant out there. Be safe.
Definitely be safe.
We also have people showing up. ANC definitely,
of course,
and the negative
word cloud.
Bibi Mzansi is out there. Bibi Mzansi, I think it's a balance scale. It's both negative and positive. Always.
Because of the stuff that happens there.
Yeah.
And of course, I think because of the reality show, these people are opening themselves up. They were opening their lives up to us, so people are going to have an opinion. And I think there's a lot of people that
don't they have parents? The way by corner. Hi guys.
No, abanye my parents, but it's a cloud thing we keep talking about. It's a cloud thing. It's everywhere.
I saw Liema there. Hey, she was dancing. She's like the pretty girl of the show. People love her. She was dancing. People were happy. I think the theme was what? Dubai, because she was wearing like she's in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it must have been that weekend. And I know some people obviously were voted out on Sunday.
Oof.
I think, I can't remember the guy's name, but I think he's definitely out. No,
Gerard.
definitely not
Okay.
Gerard. No, it's some other guy. I can't remember his name. But yeah, that's the negative word cloud. So what's the positive looking like?
Positive. Okay, I'm gonna start with good morning. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people like saying good morning, fam, on
Yeah,
Twitter and
yeah,
all those kind of
yeah.
things. So that's number one. Congratulations is there. We have president, but because of president, you're thinking Ramaphosa. Forget it's Julius Malema. There's also happy
We're
birthday
calling him
in
president.
big.
Yeah, happy
It was
birthday.
his birthday this past weekend.
It was his birthday, and Jacob
Yes.
Zuma also wished him a happy birthday in a
Wished him.
video.
Yeah.
How crazy is
the
that?
Master Luther.
Yeah, how crazy is that? These two are politics in this country.
Mm-hmm.
He took out a whole video where he was stuttering, saying happy birthday, basically.
Happy birthday,
to
Brian.
Mshana, yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he's coming up, and obviously they're saying president because I think Malema was seen wearing a suit and coming out of a car, and that video clip came out quite a lot, and he was looking clean. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, he was looking clean. So a lot of
Looking
people
like a president.
looking like a president. And I can't believe about it, but yeah, he looks like my president. I should
Hey,
vote for him
of
just because of his suit.
Of
Hey,
course.
his suit, man.
Tengana Masud, guys.
Let me vote in his suit this weekend. You vote in. And then what happened, bro? So we've got the busiest day.
We've got the busiest day. So, hey, last week was a bit shaky, right?
Yeah.
Because in terms of volume, in terms of numbers,
Yeah.
all the days were almost similar.
Yeah, for sure.
Except for Friday.
Yeah.
Friday was a bit low.
Yeah.
But we have Monday, Tuesday, Sunday was the highest.
Okay, cool.
Got just under 1 million tweets.
Yeah.
Which is, well, I'd say it's good. What contributed to that is Bibi Mzansi, definitely. We have Liema. It was also President Julius Malema's birthday, so happy birthday, Julius was there. Israel and the likes, man. There was a lot just happening. I don't see anything around soccer. Were there any games, Zooms?
Yeah, Liverpool, Manchester United played.
Did you win?
No.
I shouldn't have asked because you were going to be rocking a menu t-shirt. I know you.
And you know me very well. Whether it was dirty or clean, I was going to be rocking it.
Rocking the daisies, boy.
So yeah, Manchester United lost to Liverpool, which was a big derby. And then the other thing which happened, didn't Kaizer Chiefs play?
No, Kaizer Chiefs is out. No, I think they did play. Because
They did play.
my one uncle was wearing a Kaizer Chiefs t-shirt, but he came late to the braai, which is a typical Kaizer Chiefs move. They come late to the party.
They're always late to the party. But yeah, the biggest club in South Africa, I think, played this weekend. Just not to show on the results.
Yeah.
All right, so what's up next?
Up next, we have the busiest hour. In the
Okay.
morning, we have 10 a.m., followed by 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, we have 8 p.m., followed by 9 p.m.
Okay, nice hours still.
Yeah.
Still amazing hours. By the way, guys, sorry. I know, we feel like we're rushing. Our honorary guest has just arrived.
Ooh. Our guest of honor.
Yeah, our guest of honor, definitely. If you're watching this episode, make sure that you check out the next episode with Bohosi. We're definitely going to be putting it out. I'm just giving you a teaser now.
Yeah,
You know who
yeah.
you know you're going to be. If you don't know who that is, just write the name. It's going to come up.
It's gonna come up.
He's going to come up.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got the busiest days and the busiest hours. Can we talk about the top trending topics, Mijam?
Top trending topics. I think let's start from number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So number 5 is hashtag EFF Gauteng Manifesto.
Yes, that's the one, the Dobsonville
The
one.
Dobsonville
Yeah,
one with
yeah.
11,000 mentions and 190 million impressions.
It's good.
That's good.
good.
And we talked about it, obviously.
Yes.
They've got this thing where they're painting a Gauteng red.
Yeah, so that was the hashtag that followed that. So they
Okay.
have 2 hashtags that were trending parallel to one another, right?
Paint Gauteng
So
red.
whenever they use EFF Gauteng Manifesto, they also used hashtag Paint Gauteng Red. So they both got the same amount of mentions, which
Yeah.
was 11,000,
Yeah.
but the impressions were slightly different, which I
yeah,
don't
of course.
understand.
But they were still in the millions too. which
They were
is
still in
just
the
a little
millions
bit,
too. Yeah, 166 million impressions.
Dope. And then at number 4, we've got Happy Birthday, Julius.
Happy birthday, Julius. Happy
Hashtag Happy Birthday, Julius Malema.
Malema, yes.
That's crazy. He's got his own Happy Birthday hashtag.
Yep.
It trended number 4 in South
Yep.
Africa.
Yep.
Guys, by the way, we're not thumb sucking these stats.
Numbers don't
all
lie, baby.
all these stats are from Brandwatch. Please make sure that you check it out on Brandwatch. We're not thumb sucking these stats. So whatever we're giving you is really what trended in South Africa with 11,000 mentions and 502 million impressions. That is hashtag Happy Birthday Julius Malema. It was his birthday over the weekend, of course. And then
Number 3.
Number 3.
We have your favorite.
Liema Pantsi.
Liema Pantsi.
Yeah, hashtag Liema Pantsi.
With 19,000 mentions and 24 million impressions. I think her impressions are still growing.
Still growing, yeah.
Growing. Baby steps, but she'll get there.
She's like the course that you've been saying, because I mean, how is she always in our stats?
Yep.
Ever since Big Brother Mzansi started.
Uzobona. She's gonna take it.
Nice.
She's gonna take it.
Hashtag Liema Pantsi trending at number 3 as the top hashtag in South Africa. And then at number 2, we've got a contentious one.
Yeah.
I can't even say that word. A very topical one right now. Hashtag
it's
justice
super
for AKA.
topical. Everything you see on Twitter is around this.
Yeah.
I think this hashtag just keeps coming up.
Every single time. When we talked about it last year, yeah, we did.
It showed up last year. It showed up like twice, 3 times last year. It was when the actual thingy happened in Florida Road.
Yeah.
A couple of months later, and it kept showing up
throughout
the year. We want justice, and it happened good this year. They actually found all of them. We just need to know the ringleader who was doing the payments.
Who paid all of these guys?
Who's the money man?
And what? That's
yes.
so true. So,
but it should be easy to follow because they can track where the payment comes from, right?
Of course, yeah.
Follow the man.
We'll obviously wait and see that. But hashtag justice for AKA coming in at number 2 with 20,000 mentions and 115 million impressions. Yeah.
Yep.
And then at number 1, the obvious.
Bibi Mzansi. 219,000 mentions and 904 impressions. 904 million impressions. Yes, million.
Yeah. That's quite a lot, and that's really interesting. Bibi Mzansi has been coming up quite a lot. I think, of course, we're getting closer to the end, the final, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be trending quite a lot.
Yeah. Definitely.
So those are the top trending hashtags Mzansi. And then we're seeing the usual. Of course, we only cover the top 5 guys. So we're going to tell you the top 5 tweeters or the top 5 people that were mentioned the most in South Africa. Coming in at number 5 is at Destiny Z with 17,000 mentions and 229 million impressions.
We know she's always there.
Yeah, she's nice.
Siamaz with this. In case you missed it, for those that don't know her.
Yeah, so she does hashtag in case you missed it. Yeah, check it out. She does a roundup of what happens. But I'm sure you've heard all about her before because we always talk about her. She's always on here. And then number 4 is
MTN News with 20,000 mentions and 118 million impressions.
For sure. And at MDN News has got double S, by the way, guys.
Yeah, double S
at the end. So news,
like as.
Yeah, as. Yeah, at the end. So yeah, I mean, they obviously came in at number 4. They're not new. They're always here.
Yeah, like our number 3.
Our number 3, who the F is Mick,
and is always at the number 3 spot. Who the F is Mick, man?
Yeah, who the
it's
F
not
is
McMill.
It's not McMill. But yeah, he definitely tweets relatable stuff, which is he or she. We don't know who that is. Could be Michaela.
Could be they.
Could be they. Who knows? But yeah, coming in at number 3 with 21,000 mentions and 47 million impressions. Our number 2,
Chris Excel, the most toxic of the tox. The highest level of toxicity.
I think our top 3 is toxic. Our top 2 is toxic.
Yeah, toxic. But Julie. Toxic. Yo. Okay, as cover Chris Excel. Chris Excel was dethroned. He's now number 2. Yeah. There's a number 1 now.
Yeah.
Cyril said he's the most toxic person on earth.
He is, one of them.
Apparently in Africa.
Not the most, but he's one of them.
Oh, okay.
He's a problem because he owns a political party.
Oh, he's like a Donald Trump of South Africa.
Exactly.
So Chris Excel was mentioned in 25,000 tweets that got 161 million impressions. And then number 1, Julius S. Malema.
So the hashtag, the handle is at Julius _S.
It's because they were wishing him
happy birthday. Yeah. 32,000 mentions and 916 million.
That's close to $1 billion. Homie's getting paid, bro.
He's getting paid. So all these people who are getting paid, if you definitely have a tough January, a tough February, always call these guys.
Out.
Especially Destiny Z, MDNS News, who the F is Mick, Chris Excel, even Juju. Our top 5 always get paid every single month by
These are like the ace of spade buyers.
Yeah,
boy.
Definitely. Yeah, keeping the economy alive at always. All right, so that's everything for the week.
Yeah, it's a wrap, G.
Yeah, we flew past that. Just like last week flew by.
Yeah. Sesla.
Ad of the week?
Ad of the week. Nothing really stood out for me. Nothing really stood out. I think let's save it for next week. I think in our next, our ad of the week is in the next show. Watch the next one with our honorary guest.
Yeah, for sure.
There's an ad that he worked on. Most beautiful ad.
You've all seen it.
Most amazing ad. You've all seen it. But we'll talk about it in the next.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. But yeah, that's everything for the week. Umshuti Obashuti is obviously here and is going to be here next week also. And of course, Color Space is going to be sponsoring us.
Like, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Like, why would they sponsor someone else?
And shout out to the guys that have been reaching out to us about sponsorship. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you. You guys will start seeing it on here. And if you want your own sponsorship too, give us a call. Shout out to Brand Watch for giving us these stats.
Shout out
guys,
to Brand
by the
Watch.
way, like we said, we don't thumb suck these stats. Make sure that you check out www.brandwatch.com and brandwatch.com or .co.za.
.com,
yeah.
Global, mind you.
This is a global stats company, yeah. So
no
anybody can use it. Most people can use it, but this is no fly by night. We pull the stats from there. But yeah, that is all from me. Umshuti Wabashuti. I will see you guys next week. I love you guys very much. Very much. Yeah. Until next week. Peace.
Ciao.